Alrighty, guys. So it is 3:30 this Monday, March 23rd, and it's time to wrap it up for today. So I missed the last update. It was wrapped up in a phone call. Cannot get out of it. So it wasn't not much going on. It's been a pretty sloppy trading day. It's been a little bit of a roller coaster. I had to say that first we had a real explosion to the upside, given the news we had this morning, and then we had a big retracement going on for a while, all the way back down to the open and then some. Took out the lows for a bit, and then we are slowly grinding ourselves back. But as I said this morning, we started off range bound. We were looking at this range on the ES. Um, Anything above the 67.15, we would start leaning long. Anything below the 66.15, we're going to lean short. We had no idea really how this was going to develop throughout the day, but it looks like the market kind of settled in a bit. So, and it's we found value here around about the in between those two areas. So a modestly optimistic market, I would think, and we'll see where they're going to go from here. But I would start off range bound. I still can't make up my mind if it's going to be leaning towards the long side or short side. It all depends on how these talks come out. So we have a few days of major uncertainty in front of us. I would be positive on it. I would look for a bias to the upside, but it could really turn south. I mean, if they can't figure out what to do and they're going to start in the shooting starts again, or this whole thing, they take out the electrical infrastructure. Yeah, that's yes, they escalate things again. And it's just a matter of think about it, just a matter if the Iranians want to be blown back to the Stone Age or not. So it's a little bit late to be cute about the whole thing, but then again, I don't know who they're talking to or anything like that. There was going to be someone in there which they I think they can rely on, but who knows who that is. So until we know the more and get some certainty in that situation, it's going to be probably a roller coaster. So I would look to buy weakness against that 66, probably against the 66 25, 66 10 to 15s here for rotations up, these two support areas. I would look to sell strength up towards the 66 95, 67 05, 67 15s up here, these resistance areas, and just stay range bound, and then let's see how this develops. So that would be my take for the overnight. But it is a lot of uncertainty out there, and as you can tell, the market was up. They retraced pretty hard. They were up here at the open to 6,700. They retraced it all the way down to 66, 100 points to the downside almost, and then straight back up 50 points. So a lot of range. Now I haven't traded the ES or the Nasdaq this morning. This has been too sloppy for me, too violent. It's like, yeah, you can try to get on something, but you just really have to be willing to trade with a lot bigger stops. So, and it's sloppy. So, I mean, you see they start moving high and then they have a big move like that, and a big move up. So they have this burst of activity, which makes it really difficult to do anything. Now, if you manage to hop on a go with trade when that starts happening, you'll probably be in a spot where you get a nice little pop. If you don't take your profit, you probably give everything back again on the retracement. So I haven't traded on it. It's too crazy, too volatile. Nasdaq, same story there. Different level, but same story. So they on the Nasdaq, we're looking at pretty much range bound trading to get started. They're going to sell strength up to the 650s, 690s, up to the 700, 720s here for rotations down. They're going to buy weakness against the 400s, the 350s, and the 310, 300s here for rotations back up. So pretty much in this range as well. Now, if they can get up above that 660, 700, I think we're in good shape. Same story with the ES. If the ES can get up above 67.15, I think we're in good shape there. But it's a little bit early for counting your eggs yet. Yeah, it's too much uncertainty. The good news is that oil is down to like 87, so oil market is liking it. And chances are, I mean, if this whole thing comes together and it becomes one of these things where, okay, we don't necessarily like what's happening in the Iranian situation, but they're not going to, the Strait of Hormuz opens. Yeah, I think everything just comes back to normal pretty quick, at least for the global markets. And what happens with the Iranians, who knows, right? So I don't know how that's going to shake out, but just have to wait and see. But oil prices, Strait of Hormuz, obviously the choking point in this whole thing, and I guess Trump played that asymmetrical card right back at him, basically threatening them to go to blow them back to the Stone Age. I mean, you turn off the electricity in the country, and yeah, it's just not going to last very long. So that's where we are on the ES and Nasdaq. I would start off range bound. We have our levels up or down, and then just kind of watch it and see which side they're going to go on. Watch the news to see if they looks like there's certainty in this deal and it starts developing. Yeah, I would be on the long side of this in a big way. If not, I would just stay certain, stay cautious, and be prepared to hop on the short side instead. I did take a couple of trades on the bonds, as I said this morning. That was the one actually tradable this morning. Now, as you can see, bond market doesn't usually look like this. Moved quite a bit, a lot of range. Didn't do anything in the morning. On the way up here, I was thinking alongside of the market, they were all the way up, taking out this area. They want 1312s. So on this, I was going. This was the last trade I was considering, the short up here against resistance. I was too slow on that one. They didn't quite set up the same enough. But then again, I should have been more aggressive on it. But look at how that retraced down there. And then again, on the way up here, you kind of just had to be a little bit cautious because you can run it a little bit higher. But then on the way down here, I watched this first, the resistance, I took that out. I looked at the tablet. So I got short, so I got long ones here against that rotation, figuring I have enough room to, if they, for the initial balance high to hold me as well if I was wrong. That didn't work out. So the first trade I took ended up being a flat out loser. Right down here, took me out 5 tick in the hole. I watched it, and they took it all the way down to the mean. That's how far they took it. That's pretty unusual, this big retracement there. But after they stalled, this was maybe a little bit too aggressive of a trade. I should have waited for a couple of bars to form. So I got too aggressive on that one. On this one, I wasn't that aggressive. First retest failed. Second, 2 bars here forming. On the third bar, I clicked in my order. So here you have my setup. I had to fade a couple of ticks of heat on that one too. That was like, oh, are you kidding me? But then they retraced, and I got 6 ticks out of that trade, so I'm up a tick now, and that's kind of I left it at that. I didn't expect him to take it all the way. I thought it's going to go more sideways here, but it didn't. They took it a little bit higher. So. But anyway, so I lost 5 ticks, I gained 6 ticks, and then so I'm up 1 tick right now on those 2 trades, and then I left it at that. All right. So that's also 2 trades I took on the Nasdaq. Oh, sorry, on the bonds. But that's actually, you have to be, sometimes you have to be aggressive on the bonds, as you can say. Most of the time, he had to be pretty aggressive on it. And so I didn't think I was going to be that aggressive on the way back here. But, as with the bond, I always take that extra step. I mean, the time you don't do it is the time you pay up. So anyway, back to the ES and Nasdaq. So those 2 trades, only 2 trades on the bonds today, up 1 tick. So up 31 bucks on that. And no trades on the ES or Nasdaq today. Alrighty, guys, we'll wrap it there. We'll see you back in the morning. Now, the news for tomorrow morning is a little bit more. We have productivity at 8:30, PMI at 9:45, new home sales at 10, and Richmond Fed at 10 as well. The news this morning, construction spending was down a little bit, so that was not great of a number. But anyway, so everything right now is going to be hanging on those words. Is more good news coming, or is it just going to fizzle out and turn into go back to the same? We will find out. Alrighty, guys. And we'll wrap it there for now, and I'll see you back in the morning. You guys have a good evening. Later.